Yellowjacket men opening their 2015-16 season last weekend in California. Jordan, you were the team's leading scorer, 19 points against Chico State. Talk about what was working for you offensively in the season opener.
In that game, they weren't that good sliding. I felt like I could get by them pretty easily. And I had a lot of fouls called for me, so I went to the line multiple times. I think I was like 7 for 8 or something like that game. I shot pretty well. I had a couple fall for me. I had an and one when they ran zone. Took them out of that pretty quickly. So yeah, you can say I felt pretty comfortable during that game offensively. Yeah.
And then the next night it was another veteran, Mark Matthews, who led the team in scoring. How have you and him and some of the other older guys taken it upon yourselves to kind of lead the team this season?
As older guys, we feel like we kind of need to take those chances towards the basket and try to make things happen for our team. To get some points on the board. Mark Matthews did a phenomenal job getting to the rack. I remember one he drove and he got to one or two people and then he floated it over their center. It was a really nice play. I enjoyed seeing that. Yeah, really like his game.
And those were a couple of tough in-region opponents that you played over the weekend. What were some takeaways from those games, playing against a couple of really competitive Division II schools?
Yeah, they're really good schools. Something to take away is we need to play better in the second half. We were a really good first half team in both of those games. It looked like it was going to go down to the wire, and then something will start to break down around 14, 13 minutes in the second half, the minute marks. We need to learn how to finish games better, that's for sure, and become a whole game team other than just a first half team.
And then you have 2 more games coming up over the next week that will count on your schedule. Black Hills State Saturday, University of Mary on Monday, and in between that you'll have an exhibition against Rocky Mountain College on Wednesday. What are some things you'd like to see in that exhibition game and in this week in practice that'll help set you up for your next 2 games?
Okay. Well, this week in practice, definitely staying composed. After those 2 losses, we could probably. I wouldn't want our guys or myself to be too riled up, or feeling like things are going downhill for us. I feel like we still have a good chance to compete with any team and win against any team. So in practice, just basically staying composed and keep doing our thing, offensively and defensively.
Preston, you made your college basketball debut over the weekend, and you got to do it at home in California. Talk about what it was like, first of all, playing in a college basketball game that counted on your schedule, and then having some family and friends there to watch you.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting getting to play my first college game. The tempo was a lot quicker, and having my family there added a little more pressure. I actually was a little bit nervous coming out there, but once you get out there, first couple of minutes, it felt good to get in there. And then just the pace is a lot quicker. And yeah, it felt good going out there in California. Had a good time.
And talk about some of the other new players in the program and how you guys are gelling so far. You mentioned the pace is a lot quicker, but how have you guys been able to adjust and learn to play with each other?
I feel like we're gelling pretty good. We only took 8 guys to California, but those 8 guys, we all click pretty solid, move the ball pretty well. Have a pretty good connection with Cade because he's another California guy. We gel pretty good.
And then coming up this week, you have 2 more games that will count on your regular season schedule. Black Hills State on Saturday, and then you head to the University of Mary on Monday. You do have an exhibition against Rocky, a chance to fine-tune some things. So what will you work on this week heading into your next 2 games?
Basically, it just all comes down to defense for me, and I feel like for the whole team. It's just I just got to put out full effort as a team and myself, actually. And I feel like we can get all 3 of those games as long as we put out max effort on the defensive end, and the offensive end will take care of itself. We just have to bring absolute full intensity.
The California trip, anytime you're going out for the first time and kind of playing for real, you're going to learn a lot about your team. There was some good things, and then there's some things we need to work on. We played, Chico State the first night out there, a very, very good team, and I thought we played pretty well for the first 12 minutes and had a nice, we had a nice lead at the under 7 media timeout. But from that point on, they kind of, I think the culture of their guys and the culture of their program kind of took over. Those guys know how to win, and they know when they need to turn it up a notch, and we're still learning that. And throughout the course of the next 28 minutes, they turned it up, and we weren't able to match that. But it was good to see, an NCAA tournament team like Chico State and what kind of guys and culture they have. It was good for our guys to see that. And then the next night was a little bit of the same thing. We were up in the first. We're up at halftime. We're up after the first media in the second half, and then East Bay went on a little run there. We couldn't stem the tide, and we just couldn't make enough shots. Obviously, I think we made 11. I think we shot in the 20s percentage-wise, and we turned it over 20 times. So, if you do those things, it's hard to win any kind of college basketball game. So those are we need to clean some things up offensively. I thought defensively we competed for the most part the second night, and we out-rebounded East Bay, which was the first time we'd out-rebounded anybody this year. So we just got to clean some things up offensively. So we saw some things we needed to work on, and hopefully moving forward this week we work on those things and kind of continue the process of improving as a college basketball team.
And you'll have a chance to put some of those things you need to work on in action Wednesday against Rocky. It's an exhibition game. It won't count on your schedule, but you'll have a game-like scenario. What things are you going to work on in that game, preparing you for Black Hills State Saturday and the University of Mary next Monday?
Well, our focus, our true focus this week is the Saturday and Monday games at Black Hills and at Mary, because those are Division II games, and those are the ones that count on our schedule. Now, we really want to play well Wednesday night, and we really want to win that exhibition game Wednesday night. So we're going to go out the next couple days and prepare like Wednesday's a game that would go against our schedule. And I think it's important that our guys right now, they need to go out and play 40 minutes, which we haven't done. And we need to have some success, and these guys need to taste a little bit of success. So that Wednesday, as obviously it helps us prepare for the Saturday and Monday Division II games, but the Wednesday game is important. We're going to prepare, with we're going to prepare to win the game, and so that's hopefully that will help us moving forward into the weekend. We got to go back on the road again, 2 more road games, which is good for these guys. They're getting experience on the road. And these guys everyone's getting to play. Right now we're only suiting up 8 guys for a variety of reasons. And so those 8 guys are getting, they're all getting a lot of minutes. They're getting the chance to play. They're getting that experience. We feel like they're in shape. Although if you look at our stats last week in California, the second half we clearly didn't play well in either second half. And, that might be a little of the fact that we don't have the depth, but we're gonna have to we have to go out with the guys we got, and those guys have to go out and play 40 minutes.